Eastside New Vision Charter School in the Warren School District looks like any other in Arkansas. With the implementation of standards-based learning in the district, the students now have a learning experience that is indeed different. Cody Matthews Witherspoon is a third grader at Eastside. He can easily explain a goal, a learning pathway, and where that pathway will lead.
This is our writing pathway right here. This is our reading pathway right here. At first we start, and then through the school year, when we're done, we'll finish, and then we'll start working on fourth grade. If we're done with our pathways before the school year is over.
In a standards-based learning classroom, the emphasis is on proficiency rather than a letter grade, and therefore students don't pass or fail. Students are given the time and attention they need to reach proficiency on each standard. Each student knows where he or she is on their learning pathway and what it will take to reach the next goal or standard.
The students decide how they want to practice what they're learning. They decide how they want to show you that they've mastered it, and they decide when. So they don't have to wait for the whole class to finish a skill or show mastery. They can come and tell me when they're ready to test, and we'll see if they're ready to move on.
Well, last year was our first year to have learner-led conferences, and the difference between that and the parent-teacher conference is that the student actually leads the conference. So then the learner sits down with the parent and they walk them through their data binder, and they also have samples of work that they were proud of, and they give explanation as to why they chose that piece of work. But they also have to choose a piece of work that they could have done a better job on, and then they explain, what they're going to do to improve on that piece of work.
The entire Warren District is a conversion charter. Standards-based learning has been implemented in the elementary grades as well as the middle school grades. This year, it was extended into the 9th grade, and plans call for grades 10 through 12 to be added. At the high school level, standards-based learning operates a little differently.
They can also move from classroom to classroom at will. If they are ahead of pace in one classroom but behind in another class, they can get up and leave that class and go work in the class that they need to concentrate the most on during the middle of the day.
Allowing learners to struggle and to persevere without stepping in and saying, here, let me show you how to do that, is a difficult task for those of us who have been in the teaching profession for a while.
Kathy Cornish shared what she would tell other districts that may be interested in following Warren's example.
Don't be afraid to step outside the box. It is a lot of work, but in the long run, it's going to pay off and be very beneficial to your students.
For learners that don't have an innate drive to accomplish something, I think that this teaches them how to be driven and how success is a matter of how much work you put into it. So for me, I don't see it, those learners that are truly driven that way or learn to become driven that way, there's no stopping them at all.